Yo, and welcome to Tutorial 8, Minimaps, bane of my existence now. Minimaps are really hard to get right. I'm going to try and show you a way of getting them right first time. Hopefully I can get it right the first time. So, right, first thing you need to know, there is a PSD. You need Photoshop for this, or an equivalent image editing software. Something can open up a PSD. There's a PSD in the description and on the forums. We missed out the PSD in the SDK, so you don't have this PSD, but you can download it down the bottom. I'll be opening up this PSD in a bit, but first I need to do some prep. First thing I need to do is find the center point to my map. So I'm going to go into top-down view, and well, center point is around here. That's probably the center point of my map. Yeah. So center point is around here. To actually get the center point coordinates, we could use any mesh or actor we would like, from nodes to path nodes, lights, fog and volumes, fog nodes, crates, a rock if you really wanted. But in this case, we're actually going to use a note. So to get a note, you go to your content browser, actor classes, uncategorized, and there is a little note. We're just going to put that in our map. We are going to put it somewhere in the sky. The Z coordinate, the up and down coordinate, doesn't really matter here. Oops. But the X and Y do. And to get this X and Y coordinate, we need to first press F4, go to the Advanced tab, and lock location. This is very important. If you don't lock location, you could mess things up. So with locked location, we can't actually move this actor now. So the next thing we want to do is come to movement, and in location we have the X and Y coordinates. First off, lock this property. Then go to View, World Properties. In World Properties, you have World Info. And if you followed the first tutorial, you remembered to put in RX map info into my map info. In my map info, there's a load of other parameters which I went through in the first tutorial, apart from Minimaps. Minimaps are really hard to set up, as I said, but this is where we set them up. This is where the texture goes, this is where the center point of the map goes. The map extent, which I'll explain in a couple of seconds. Map your, say if you accidentally turned it, you can return it back in the minimap editor. And rotation minimap blah, which I can't read because it's not there. Go away. Range, how much is allowed to rotate. Okay, so what we want to do first is put the map center in. So we've chose this as the map center. The map center doesn't have to be in the center of the map. It could be on the edge of the map, but primarily we want to put it in the center of the map, because the center point is actually where the map turns if you have a rotating map. So yeah, we're just going to put all these coordinates in. Simple as. The next thing we want to do is go to map extent. Right? We have a generic number to use. We have 39900.0. This number is a guide. All our maps are set up with this number. We'll be trying to get to close to this number as we can within Photoshop, without actually looking at the number. I'll show you how to do that, don't worry. But yeah, that is pretty much what we need to do and have done for now. We can't do anything else within World the world properties at the moment. So everything else is sorted. So the next thing we need to do is open up Photoshop. So we're going to open up Photoshop. Actually, you're going to open up the PSD, which is called, well, I have loads of PSDs on my desktop, RX Minimaps.psd. We're going to open this up, and I'll explain most of what's going on in these minimaps in a minute. But right now, I just want to make a new layer, a new page. I'm going to have it the same as my desktop. So my desktop is 1080p, so that's what we got, 1080p. So we have Photoshop with a new 1080p. You could just go like that and make a screenshot, but it doesn't look very pretty. So what we want to do is, first off, we want to get rid of all this crap that we don't want. That's really easy to do. We just press the G button. Brings into the game mode. But you may notice that there's really weird shadowing, and shadows that just don't belong. In this case, we know what it is. It is the cascading shadow maps in the dominant light. So if we put the whole scene dynamic down to 0, we actually get our nice crisp shadows back. So that's all good. Next thing, make sure you have your center point selected. In this case it is the note, and pick a nice spot and a nice distance to take a screenshot. That's actually perfect, so I'm going to just make a screenshot. I've clicked the G, I've sorted out all of the lights. Shift and print screen, and then I'm just going to put it into here. You may notice I only took half of the map, and I kept this cross in. I did that for a reason. Now if I go up here, I can get the other half. It's very, 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 extremely, very, 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 extremely, very, very important, very that you don't scroll in or out here. You will mess it up and you'll have to redo it. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this, print screen, and again I am going to paste it here. The reason I chose Canyon as a tutorial is because it has tunnels. Alright, so the tunnels are pretty much bog standard. Again, I can't zoom in or out here, so but what I am going to do is select and delete. And select and delete. So I know where my tunnels are, and that's where they are. Simple as. Now I want to get rid of my BSP. So I'm going to go to the little arrow up here and go to Show and BSP. And now I have a rough idea where my tunnels are, because the lights basically tell everything. So what I want to do now is actually go back to perspective mode, basically 3D mode, and find my note again, because I need this center point again. Then I want to go back here, and all this is set up for me again. Just I have to unshow PSP again for some strange reason. Again, don't scroll in or out, you will mess things up. So I'm just going to print screen, paste again. Come down, make sure I have everything in, print screen, and paste it back in here. Now we're basically we're done with all this. I can Control V and get all my crap back. I suggest you save when you put in that when you put in the note anyway. Make sure my note is still there. Yes. I'm going to save as for now. Canyon 2, because I don't want to oversave the original canyon because it's already set up for me for a later tutorial. So I'm just going to save that for now, and while that's saving I can come in here and I'm just going to crop all of the UDK crap out. Because it's all on the same page, it's cropped everything for me. So, next thing. I want to bring all these over to this PSD, rxminimaps.psd, and I want to start arranging these in the correct place. So what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to take off all the tunnels, because I don't need the tunnels yet, and within this I could either put down the opacity or I'm going to use overlay. I'm going to use overlay because I'm a lazy git. And because we use this cross, we can actually get a very, very accurate map now. It's actually a higher res than what it would be if we just used one screenshot. So now we have that, and whoops. And there are no seams. Simple as. So that's done. So from here I would tend to merge these layers, but I'm actually going to duplicate them first, then merge them, then get rid of the originals. And well, now again we are going to bring these and overlay them again, and just do the crosses. As long as you didn't zoom out, it's perfectly fine and good and dandy. Then we're going to bring it back to normal, and again do the same for the second tunnels. Whoops, I didn't even press anything then. There we go. Again, it should be all nice and dandy. So, again, I am going to duplicate these and merge the duplications. Get rid of these. Right. So, I expect you to know how to use a Photoshop reasonably well. There's a number of things you can do here. You can either make a mask or just start deleting stuff. Me personally, well, I don't really use masks because what I used to do just didn't entail masks. So what we're going to do is bring a mask into this layer because of the tunnels. So we're just going to click the mask, click on the mask, and then we're just going to draw in the tunnels onto this layer. I'm just going to do this quickly. I expect you to just take your time over this. So we've technically made a mask now. So if we put these over, did I use the right? I didn't use the right one, did I? No, nor do I. I'm not using white. I need to use white cans. Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, we're just going to draw these in. They don't have to be neat because this is just a tutorial for you. I've totally forgotten how to do this. As I said, I don't often use add mask. This should be black. Yep. And then there we go. So yeah, we just that's basically our tunnel system. It isn't neat, I know. As I said, this is just a tutorial, so I don't need to be neat. And then I'm just going to neaten up these edges for the sake of neatening them up. And yeah, that's basically it. So, next thing I need to do is I need to, well, this is probably the most important part of this. I shouldn't have taken so long in doing what I just did to make it look good. What I need to do is I wish to come to here. I wish to select the biggest building in the map, which is usually the airstrip. I want to make a copy of it, so Control C, come back up to here, and Control V onto a new layer. Now I want to turn this so it's the same direction as our normal one. But the next thing we need to do is actually scale all this so the airstrip is actually the same scale as this airstrip. It's easier said than done. Mainly because one thing you have to do is place this at the edge. Yeah. And well, move this center point to the center, which is like that. Then you got to keep Control and oops, not that, Control and Alt and Shift, and then you got to make these hopefully the same size. First thing I say is put this to overlay so I can actually see it. Yeah. Oh, this is such hard work to do this. Control T again. In fact, let me crop this first. Control T. Again, I want to put this to the center. Yep, that's near enough the center. And now I want to Shift and Alt and try and make these the same. And that, whoops, don't crop. That's pretty good. That's pretty good as it is. So what we're going to do now is File, Save As. I said these two, oops, before I save, these two have to be pretty much the same. It's really, really hard to get them exactly the same, but yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm going to save as. I'm going to pick a target. I'm going to call it RX Minimap _ map name. So this one's Canyon. But I want to put this one as 2 because there is already a Canyon one there. I'm going to put it 32-bit. Has to be 32-bit, otherwise it doesn't work. Then what I want to do is import. Mine's saved to my desktop, so target. Open. This has to be saved to your package. At the moment I don't have a package except for RX _ Canyon. RX _ env _ Canyon. Yeah, grouping, text, and yeah. Next important thing to do is go to LOD group and put this to UI. Has to be UI. Okay. Might take a while. So there is our minimap. To prove this is a UI, we'll expand this, and we need to find that LOD group is UI, which is all good. So we'll add this. We'll go to World Properties and just add this as a texture. Add this to the map texture. Now let's test this out. This is easier said than done. Alright, we're just going to play from here for now. And hopefully everything is lined up. Hopefully everything is lined up. Yeah, I hate minimaps so much because they never ever work out the way you want them to. But I think I got all this right. Hopefully I got it all right. If I haven't, I will restart this tutorial again. So it's actually off by quite a bit. Yeah. So the map itself needs to be made a little bit bigger. We could either do that in Photoshop, which I don't really want to do, or we can do it via this. This is a map extent, so the bigger the number, the bigger the map becomes. So we actually want to put it to 1.12 thousand, or 412,000, and play from here. And this should make that map a little bit bigger. Not by much, hopefully not by much, but you can just keep on fine tweaking it until everything lines up. So I said, getting that building scale is very, very difficult. It's still a bit off, so we'll up this a bit more. It may even have to go down, I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll keep on editing this number until we get it right. It's a bit big now, so we'll edit this number down. So we'll edit to about 5. And so on and so forth until we get it right. But as long as that center point is pretty much at center, you should be laughing. So I said I could just go to the minimap and just make it a little bit bigger. Probably the building is a bit small compared to the other building. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's change teams. Get up to the other side. Seems the center point is a bit off. So what we'll do is come to the minimap. Whoops. Yeah, this is a bit off. So what we'll do is we'll just move this up a tad and to the right a bit. I think the cross has to be to this side. File. One while we're here, we'll edit this cross out as well. So, best way to do that is either take another screenshot, or you can just modify it a bit. Duplicate layer. Use like a patch or healing tool. Doesn't have to be exact. Yeah, and there we go. File, save as. Sorry, no, file, save as. You have to save it to Tiger again. Okay. The best thing about this part is you just have to re-import via file, right click and go to re-import texture. Okay, and it's just saves over the top of it. Now we go check this. It should be pretty much spot on now. That's good, that's good, that's good. Again, that's good. Come to the back. That's good. Change teams. And well, it's almost there. The extent could probably be taken down, but that's generally how you do the mini-maps. So, on that note, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. As I said, mini-maps are a right pig to get right. And see you in the next one. Ta-da.